What is going on, guys? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Guys, thank you for 10,000 subscribers. I was over the moon this morning, watched it tick over. Yeah, it's just crazy to think I got there and so soon. Really, this year's my goal was to get to 10,000 and we're already there. I'm going to think of something special to do, but in the meantime, just a massive thank you. It's kind of like, 10,000's hitting the big leagues. I mean, it's serious stuff when you hit 10,000. So we'll see what ends up happening with the channel, but for now, it's going very nicely, and thank you very much. And yeah, today we're going to be playing some City Skylines play along. It's a classic little way to play the game, and yeah, I think City Skylines, it's a really good one for geography knowledge, which I don't have the best geography knowledge. We're going to be playing 2 minutes per round on no moving, and yeah, it should be interesting to see how we go here. All right, round number 1 here, we seem to be somewhere in low cam. And we can see across the river here, which is nice. So yeah, should be somewhere in Switzerland. It seems quite obvious to me that that would be the case. And so we can definitely find this lake, that's for sure. So the road angle here goes something like that. So if you look down, you get the best idea of the road angle. So it's quite north. So now let's try and get into the map here and see if we can find something that actually fits. So down here in Switzerland, the river's obviously over here to our west, kind of northwest of us. And so whereabouts do we think we're going to be? Somewhere over here could fit. It's going to be a fairly sizable town though, so we can definitely do better than what I just zoomed into there. Geneva could be the case. I don't mind Geneva at all. This road angle seems to fit quite nicely. We're on a double lane road, which does fit. And if we look down, we can see that the road angle is quite good for what we've seen here. So do we see any like way that it juts out or anything? So we're quite close to like a fountain, and we can see that there's a lot of buildings over here, which would fit, I think. So I wonder where that fountain is. Do we see anything? Because it looks like quite a big fountain. Do we see anything that would say that? I don't really speak French, so I can't really say, but yeah, I think it fits too well not to be correct, you know. And we do have some slight hills on that side of the river, which would definitely fit because we got mountains in fact behind Geneva there. So I think Geneva is really the go here. And you can see it kind of like becomes much less built up over here, which is where we're looking directly to our north. So yeah, I think we're going to be exactly here. So now we have to try and get this 5k. Do we see any roads running off nearby or anything like that? Not really. We see a traffic light set coming up here, so there should be like there's a traffic light set there. So I guess we could be somewhere a little bit further down. Yeah, I would have clicked that if I didn't need to sneeze properly, because we were looking at that traffic light set. Yeah, I probably would have clicked that if I didn't need to sneeze, but 499, we can't really complain about that. Happy that I could find the right city. And this is a mega city right here. Wow. This city is huge. I was thinking Colombia immediately. I was thinking Colombia or maybe Quito as well. Here is a statue maybe of the Virgin Mary. Yep, that's exactly what it says, and it says Colombia as well. So now let's get to thinking about which city of the mega cities in Colombia it would be. It should be Medellin or Bogota, one of the two, and I was thinking Bogota immediately because look, it kind of like we are kind of over here to the west of the city, which would fit for something like this mountain here. And then I think the big thing is that we can see the whole city is basically coming up and bordering these mountains here and is very long in a way that it probably wouldn't be, I assume, in Medellin. So yeah, Medellin, I mean, maybe it could also somewhat fit. It's also a long city in the same way, but I think Bogota just has a very good look about it here. So now we get to looking for Mary, and here we found it. That was not too hard. It could have been difficult because there's no roads leading to this statue, but because it has a nice POI on the map, then we are good. And so yeah, that would make sense because we're basically directly in line with the biggest part of the city here, which is marked in yellow. And so there we go. We can 5k this immediately. So 6.7. What does it say here? It says another statue of the Virgin then, is it? Yeah, wow. Okay, so I assume a lot of you comment if you also got burnt by the same thing here, and there's the other yellow section over here. That kind of makes sense. The kind of museum and all that kind of thing. Okay, so that's a bit annoying. Let me know if you got burnt by the same POI there, but 6.7 kilometers away is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. I'm still happy with that. Okay, this one's interesting. We've got front plates here. Didn't necessarily expect to see front plates in somewhere so tropical in the US, because that's where I'm assuming we are. So Honolulu, then, I guess, is what I'm thinking here. Because I feel like, well, we wouldn't see so many front plates if we're in Georgia. That's what I'm thinking. So, or Florida, indeed. Okay, so Ace towing Makepono. Okay, that sounds very Hawaiian indeed. If it's not, I'm going to be surprised. So Makepono, though. Is it actually in Honolulu or is it elsewhere? I'm not too good with my Hawaiian geography, so I think we should take a look through here. Makepono. It seems like it probably will be. I mean, let's just check out the kind of the whole area over here. So this is the boat harbor. So we would see. Let's see what we actually see. So we're in the boat harbor with it's got a road on it. That would potentially not make sense actually. So where are we? If it's not Honolulu, where's the sun? Well, sun shouldn't really help us anyway. It's all northern hemisphere anyway. 49 seconds to go here. I should be doing a better job of this. I mean, it all fits with the hills in the background. I definitely like that. And we have these kind of dry looking hills. It's definitely around there. I'm just trying to think where it actually is going to be. Maybe this boulevard here should have lots of parking spots in it. That's the problem. Also, the ocean here is over 2 hour. Yeah, I mean the ocean's the right angle. Sand Island maybe. We need somewhere with a lot of parking spaces. This is the problem. We definitely don't see the airport either, which is interesting. So I think we should be further down this direction here. I do think this probably fits best. I mean, there's a good amount of parking here. And we would see like this boat area. I'm sure we're right around here, but I just can't figure out what the actual 5K is. But I think this is about as good as I can get it in the time we have. So let's see if we're right. Oh man, it was just over there. 4999 again. I'm just like hopeless at 5K. Even if I can get the right spot, I'm hopeless at 5K. But great that it was Honolulu. I'm sure many of you guys got that one. It wasn't the most difficult round. But hey, we're on track for a stonking score here potentially. Anyway, here we have double yellows. We have short plates. Short plates indeed. So it should be Argentina with the black car and the double yellow lines, I would say, and the short plates. Do we have any RG plates? That looks like a black number plate. Okay, so I'm sufficiently happy that it's Argentina. We've got a Southern Ocean here. It's basically directly south, so this one shouldn't be too hard to find. I was immediately thinking somewhere like Bahia Blanca here. Do we have enough elevation there is the question. Maybe not, but Bahia Blanca is at least an option. This city here kind of looks plausible. The whole city kind of, it's plausible, but not quite it, I don't think. So how far down could we be? I'm struggling to think. Okay, this one has some potential, and this one has some potential. It's interesting because we have this thing here, which unfortunately I don't really think quite lines up with that down there, unless that was that. Actually, that could be that. Okay, so I'm starting to like Comodoro Rivadavia here, and I do think it's quite good because it's a big city, definitely a big city. We have like a big yellow zone up there, and what's more, would we have this kind of, we see it all seems pretty good, honestly. I must say it all seems pretty good. So I'm just trying to think. So the city should stretch a good way down here, which it does, and then we see that. So yeah, we've got a 5K here, or at least we've got the right city. I'm sure of that, because this just lines up too nicely with this, especially considering it's quite elevated, which we see over there. And then we see further land in the distance, which will be that. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so now as for the 5K, we're not too far away from the actual commotion of the city itself. I don't think we're right there on that road, but I don't think we're on that road either. So maybe it's just this road. Can we see how it bends? So kind of bends up like that. Yes, and that is that corner there. Okay, we are here. Yep. 8 meters away. I clicked on the exact right portion of it. I should have got to discovering the 5K a little sooner. But another very forgiving one on the ocean there, and hopefully a lot of you guys got it as well. Kind of had a bit of a Patagonia vibe, but also looked quite actually like a nice city, which is not really what I associate with down there. But because it's often quite ugly. But I mean, yeah, good job if you got it. If not, then Ukraine here should be Ukraine. We got the red car as well, so that one makes sense. And we are going over an east-west bridge here, which has a massive railway either side of it, and I don't think we're gonna get the name of the city here, which is good. Kind of separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak. What does it say here though? Okay, that is interesting. Okay, so I think somewhere in Ukraine, and I'm thinking of this region here, maybe Lviv could work here. An east-west bridge going on over a lot of train tracks is what we're looking for here. I don't think we really see that in Lviv. Oh no, here we go. This bridge here could work. It's not east to west though, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't really think, unless over here, it would be double lane. So that's a single lane. Okay, good. So we can be pretty sure we're not in Lviv. We've got a minute left here. I'm still thinking of big cities like this. Do we see any hills in the background, by the way? It seems to be pretty flat from... Oh no, we do have a little bit of elevation over here. It's interesting. Okay, so a big railway here. East-west bridge. Doesn't seem like we are getting it here, but that's fine. Okay, so not there. Kind of running out of time here. Just going to place my marker down. This does not feel particularly correct here, I would say. Okay, so bigger cities. It has to be a bigger city, that's for sure. Here, we do not have an appropriate... I would really like to find an appropriate bridge soon, man. Well, let's see. This one... And this one's at least somewhat decent, so we can go there. I mean, it's definitely quite east to west. Although, that one we've clicked on there is not complete nonsense, I would say. So I'm hoping... Do we see a roundabout over there? We do not. So it's definitely not that one. Guess we'll leave it there and find out. And man, it was Kharkiv. So I kind of thought it might be on the other side of the country. That's why I was checking these ones first. Unfortunately, I had the wrong vibe. And there we go. Kharkiv. Over the railway, this one was definitely gettable. Although it actually comes up as a single lane, which is interesting because it should have been a double lane, I think. Should have been marked as a double lane. Anywho, we went up with 23,386 and getting all of them except for the last one. To be fair, the last one was the only really challenging one. All the others were at least definitely gettable. So hopefully a lot of you guys got them. And let's go ahead and play again here because I just really enjoy this way of playing. And for someone who's bad at getting 5Ks, for me it's fun to get them, and in a way where you can use the mini map and whatnot to help you out as well. So here's the next one, USA. Blue on the number plate on that half of the number plate. Seems like a rare one. 65 interstate. Okay. Some are missing front plates here. Definitely some are. Something of medicine. School of Medicine at the Indiana University. So presumably we are in Indianapolis here, which makes sense for a blue number plate, I do believe. And Minneapolis is here, and so Indianapolis is here. And where is it actually? How did I lose it? There it is. Indianapolis. I was for some reason looking at the wrong one. And so we are on the 65 here. Are we on a bend? I think we were on a bend, right? We're just coming up to a bend, and we've got a bridge right in front of us as well. The 65. We're kind of going east to west here. And it does bend up like that. Okay, starting to get a sense for where I might be here. I do think this place fits pretty well. So I'm now looking for the school of what was it? The school of medicine, wasn't it? Yeah. Interesting. I did think this fit best. Maybe over here. Doesn't seem like that fits better. What about over here? Interesting. It's not coming to me. It does look like it bends it bends and then meets with another bit of highway here. So yeah, surely we are here actually, even though we can't find the, we've got like a pathology laboratory there. So I feel like that fits pretty nicely indeed. Yeah, okay, so we're going to be about we're just at the edge of the parking lot here. So I think that's about right. Let's go for that. Ends up being 70 meters away, which is enough for a full 5K. Let's go. It's good. Good start. Although I think without the Indiana sign, I would have struggled to get that. Not to worry. The observant people, they if you're observant, you get good points in this game. Okay, this one should be. I would have thought this was Hong Kong with a left-hand drive, white road lines. We don't see any yellow plates though, do we? Okay, so maybe it's actually just Singapore. Interesting. I thought it would be Hong Kong, but actually, like that kind of garden on the top reminds me of like buildings I've seen in Singapore, I guess. That is more Chinese-looking name, but of course there are many ethnic Chinese in Singapore as well. This blue bay though kind of reminds me of Hong Kong. I can't lie. So can we see any yellow plates here? Look, the fact that we don't see any yellow real plates means we pretty much have to be in Singapore, I think. And so kind of on a massive highway here. It's a 4-laner on each side, and we are kind of going more or less east to west. I think I can visualize this pretty well. So let's see if we're actually like leaving the island or something like that. Okay, it's not on that border crossing. I don't think it's on that one either. Okay, so we're probably like going over... Are we actually going over any body of water here? We're definitely next to the water, that's for sure. We got water to our south like that. Okay. So it's not this one, would it be? How many? Yeah, that's only 2 lanes, at least from what I can tell. May actually be more, but okay, where are we? Where are we? Maybe we are on this kind of region here. It's not entirely obvious to me that we would be. Indeed, indeed, we're kind of going east to west, so, it's kind of confusing. I don't know where we are. I'm still very worried that we're actually in Hong Kong, but the fact of the matter is, I just don't see any yellow. Oh, that's yellow. There's yellow. Hold my horses here. And if only we could see some of these cars. Okay, back to paying attention to the skyline, because I don't think I'm going to 5k it. We see Chinese on here as well. I'm worried, bro. I'm worried. This is bad. Oh, thank goodness it was. Okay, so there we were. Man, I could have gotten that if I wasn't so paranoid about it being Hong Kong, because that definitely makes a lot of sense. 4.1 kilometers away. I was definitely in the right area, though, so we'll take that. We'll take that. I mean, sorry to everyone who was worried about me going ahead and clicking some Hong Kong or something. Ooh, look at that. The guy's gotten out of the Google car and come over here to take tracker. That's actually awesome. Check it out. So that's back in Generation 3. Classic. Okay, so I was thinking South America or Asia here. Ooh, it's actually kind of unclear to me. We got like a lot of red roofs in like a South American style maybe, but... Oh, interesting. Where is this going to be? Like northern Brazil or... I don't know. Okay, so where's the sun? Sun appears to be more so to the north, so southern hemisphere perhaps. So immediately thinking Brazil or Argentina. Well, it doesn't really feel like Argentina. The Google car kind of looked like the Arg car, but no, I don't think it is actually. So, And so ocean over here to our north. I think this is actually Brazil. Even though it didn't really feel Brazilian, these buildings over here do. So, yeah, I do think Brazil most likely here. Couldn't be somewhere in Asia, could it? I don't know. So, thinking about this over here. Do we have... It's not a massive city. It's not a massive city. And it isn't kind of a bay. At least, like, we have, like, a bit of a land cropping out like that. So could it be São Luís? No, don't think so. Belém? Also not, actually. So where is this? And with the ocean to the north, that leaves pretty much only smaller cities left. And there's not actually that many. So I'm wondering where this actually is. What am I missing here? What am I missing? If only we could see a flag or something. Couldn't be like, well, do we have any flag in here? Oh gosh, I'm worried now. We don't have any like, well, it's Trekker, but there's a Google car there, so I don't think it's going to be Costa Rica. Maybe Fortaleza does fit best. I don't know. Not confident at all. Although, we do have like a little bit of like a land thing like that there. I still think it's wrong. In fact, I'm sure it's wrong. So, where is it though? That's the question now. Yeah. I knew I'd do this. That was in Miri. And yeah, completely different looking city. In fact, the ocean is completely just over to our west. So I definitely misjudged that. Even still, that would have been a tough get. Especially because, I don't know, I was looking out for South America for whatever reason. Those red roof buildings threw me off a bit, even though the rest of the city didn't feel particularly Latin American. You know, and also the sun lied to us, I feel like. Or at least it was behind clouds that made it very hard to get. So that was definitely a fail. Where's this one, actually? North America. Short number plate here. Blue and red on it. I think it... Well, that's interesting. Could be a California plate to me. I think it could be the red California text at the top of the blue lettering. And so, if it was California, it could be San Diego. I don't really know. And we have like an interestingly... We have a big bridge over there and a hill in the background. Quite, maybe even a mountain, you could say. And a relatively big skyline here. So, social distancing measures, interesting as well. Beach is open for limited use. Interesting. But yeah, okay, so we're kind of facing north here. I think like San Diego immediately. Yeah, so if we were looking like that... I think something like this could certainly work. Something like that. And then looking at San Diego, we'd see this hill in the background as well, probably. Yeah, okay, so then LA doesn't seem to work as well, unless we're like right here or something like that. Don't really think it works as well. Especially because LA Central is right, like, it's quite a fair way from the beach. And I think I'd recognize LA anyway. And then moving up here, it doesn't really feel like Bay Area to me. So, yeah, I think San Diego is, like, just by far the best option here. But the question is getting this 5K. So we're in, like, a big parking lot with 30 seconds to go. Have we got that big bridge to our south? Unless it's that thing, it doesn't really feel like we do. That's a bit of a concern. Unless that was that bridge. Actually, yeah. So, that probably fits better. Although... I'm actually not so sure now. And I don't see... So, that bridge is actually over water? It feels like it is. So I will switch to over here, but just something about it feels very wrong to me. I guess, I mean, we have a parking spot here, so we'll go for that, but... Eesh. Oh man, okay. So, yeah. That's good. I'm actually happy with that result. Ends up being a shopping center parking space, which I didn't really anticipate, but we got the right city, which is good. And so that was the Coronado Bridge. And we were just staring right at the center of San Diego there, which is a pretty interesting city. And look how far the metro area spreads out. And then, you know, it's I guess one day it will probably meet LA and become like a mega city because they're not too far away from each other right now at all, which is interesting. So there we have it. 1.5 kilometers away is a good result. And here we are. It looks like Britain to me. It looks like Britain. Doesn't immediately strike me as any particular city though. So got a tall church there, probably recognizable to any locals. It's like a rolling landscape, not particularly hilly, but not flat either. We're on a big river here. It's definitely not London. Oh, is that? Almost feels like a cruise ship. Is that actually the ocean over there? Why is that building shaped so much like a cruise ship? Yeah, I think it is. That's a port. Okay, so we have a port over here. So that's over to our west. So let's get into Britain here. Immediate thought was Liverpool. If we were here, going on an east to west bridge. Do we see any other? To our south, we would see kind of, no, it doesn't fit. It's not Liverpool. That's good to know. I believe it's not anyway. That's a tunnel though. No, still satisfied that it's not Liverpool. But now then, where would we be? Bristol wouldn't have like a... It's a fairly sizable river running between it with ocean to our west. So we can pretty much just check on this side of the country here. And it's over to our... directly to our west that we have the ocean. I believe that's the ocean. It is concerning to me. The whole scale seems a little strange. Like, is this really a port like I think it is? Eesh. Lost. Nah. Not sure what to guess here. Plymouth? Doesn't really have like a bridge running like that we'd want. To the north. I guess Plymouth is not out of the question here, but the problem is the purported ocean to the west, which I think exists. Unless we're just looking at these ports here. It does feel kind of southern to me, so I'm going to leave it in Plymouth here, but yeah, pretty sure that's actually false. So I wonder what city is that? Southampton, maybe? Oh, man. No. Yeah. At least I said it before it ended. But yeah, Southampton would make sense. And so we were probably looking at these ferry tunnels here. Man, if I could have come across that, I definitely would have gotten it because it all makes sense with this shape like that. So yeah, okay, there we go. There's the Isle of Wight. So it all makes sense. It all really does make sense now. We end up with 19k, so not as good a score on the second one. But guys, that was a lot of fun. We had 3 perfect scores essentially there. And basically over the course of the 2 seeds, we had about 7 perfect scores, essentially. So, well, 7 times that we got the right city, so I'm happy with that. Only 1 big fail for the video as well, and then 2 moderate fails. So I think that's a pretty good strike rate, and no doubt some of you guys actually got every single one. And I know some people who are really just that good at geography. But I say thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much again for 10,000 subscribers. Stay tuned for more videos that are coming soon, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a video soon. Goodbye.